So it's been a little while since I last posted a video over here, and let me just say, it's not because I've been ignoring this channel. I love posting on here. It's actually one of my favorite things to do. It's because this next video is probably the hardest one I've made yet. This next video is going to be my top 10 anime protagonists. This is my favorite anime protags from every single anime I've watched. But I have anime I've watched, more specifically my favorite. These are my top 10 in all the anime I've watched, so it's a pretty important video to me. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. This was a hard video to make, I won't lie. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So number 10, starting off with a tough one, I had to put my boy Urameshi. Yusuke Urameshi. If you've watched Yu Yu Hakusho, you already know why he's here. I think my favorite thing about Yusuke is not only is he kind of like the grandfather, or at least part of that trio of the big three anime with Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball, I just loved how Yusuke was so different from every other shonen protagonist up until I'd watched it. For the most part, when you go into a shonen anime, you get the traditional, I need to save my friends. My friends are my most important thing. I need to train, get stronger. And with Yusuke, that was kind of true, but he did not care. Yusuke did not care. He was throwing hands with everybody and anybody. It just, Yusuke to me felt like a realistic depiction of what it would look like if I or one of my friends got transformed into a spirit detective. Like he didn't just get happy over the newfound powers he had. Of course, over time, Yusuke realized that what he wanted to do was be a spirit detective, but I loved Yusuke because to me, his character just felt so human. He acted so natural, and I think that's my favorite thing about him. Obviously, later on, we go into his demon form and get a little bit more backstory from him, but I'm not gonna talk about that. I just think Yusuke is a great character, and that's why I'm at number 10. He just feels so realistic, so human to me. Number 9, and this was a struggle for me because I just recently got into reading this. I watched it when it first came out, and I thought maybe a little too early to put onto this list, but after thinking about it, I think this spot is 100% worthy of Itadori Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen. After watching JJK and JJK 0, I gotta say in terms of protags, it was a little bit difficult to choose between Yuta and Yuji, but if I had to say why Yuji would be number 9 and my favorite protagonist, I would say it's because of the duality between him and Sukuna. What I like about Yusuke kind of transfers into what I like about Yuji, because Yuji, like I said earlier, is kind of like your average typical shonen MC. You know, he wants to save his friends, he's kind-hearted, he's sweet to everybody, he's overall a good person, but he has this demon, Sukuna, inside of him, who's the opposite. And Sukuna, spoilers ahead, goes around killing a lot of people. Some are even his friends, and he overall just does not care about Yuji at all. And Yuji is forced to live with all of that. I just love that, because kind of like Naruto, it's like seeing Kurama injure his friends and Naruto just has to sit there and take that. I don't know, I love that. Outside of that, I love Yuji's character. I think I ever loved a shonen main character that literally has basically no actual fighting moves. Like if you really think about it, Yuji has no skills outside of the divergent fist. He really does not have any flashy moves like a Kamehameha or a Kamehameha, however you say it, or a Gum Gum or any of that, or a Sengon. I mean, Yuji is just Yuji, and I love his character. Can't really speak too much on Yuji because the series is still growing, but what I can say is I love his character. I love how he interacts with people. I love how when he needs to get serious, he does, and when he doesn't need to get serious, like Yusuke, he acts like a human. He just chills with his friends. I dig that. And I also like how when he needs to, he approaches the way Sukuna deals with him. I don't want to get too much into spoilers, and you know, he reacts the best way he can. I love the duality between Sukuna and Yuji, and I feel like because those two come as a pair for me as the main character personally, since they kind of are, I think Yuji is great for number 9. I love him. At number 8, I have Suna from Catecho Hitman Reborn, and the reason why I have Suna here is because I got to see his character evolve from episode 1, which the first few episodes are a lot of filler if you're thinking about getting into it. Skip past the first few ones, or at least look at which ones are filler on the website, but anyways, I'm getting off topic. Suna's here because I got to see his progression from a little boy who's scared to even fight someone to the Von Gola boss of the Mafia. I love seeing him get more and more relaxed and confident. As every single show went on during the show, he got more and more just accepting of his position. At first, he didn't even want to accept the fact that he was a mafia boss, but not even just that. Whenever Suna accepted something, whenever Suna got stronger, everyone around him did. He pushed every single person in his family to grow and just become more of a significant character in the series, and I love that. I love Suna because while he got stronger, everybody else got stronger, and it was because of him. It was just all written really well. If you watch Catecho Hitman Reborn, you really got to see his progression over the series as a character. Like I said, you got to see him go from a scared child to really a man. I mean, I just love Suna. I think he's a great character. He's definitely my number 8 pick. Okay, at number 7, I have Asta, and literally for the exact same reasons as Suna. I got to see him go from a kid who literally could not do anything. Like, Asta was pretty much useless at the start of the series, but he never gave up. That's what I dig about Asta. Even though I know that's your typical shonen MC crap. I already know that, but Asta, he went from stage 0, basically, not having magic, to being blessed with one of the strongest grimoires in the entire show, if not the strongest, the anti-magic grimoire, who obviously has, or had Libe in it, and we got to see him go from nothing to learning over time how to develop his skills, reflecting magic, cutting magic in half, absorbing magic. We got to see Asta do all kinds of stuff, and now he's just beginning to unlock his transformations, his devil union, but we didn't start off with that. We start off with Asta growing as a character over time. That's the trend I think you guys are going to see a lot in this list. Is every single character on here, for the most part, are characters that I've grown with. They didn't just spawn in and go, oh, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan now, you know? Every single character on this list has had to face some sort of traumatic event or something that they've had to face, that they've reacted to, responded to in some sort of human way that I can relate to. Asta, I feel like, is a great main character. I think he's super underrated along with Black Clover, but that's just my personal opinion. I think Black Clover and Asta kind of flow together. I mean, just like how I can't really enjoy Boruto as much, seeing as Naruto's not in the seat, I don't think I'd be able to enjoy Black Clover as much if Asta were the main character. But yeah, I love Asta. I love what he brings to the table. I love what he does with his guild, because the Black Bulls are not the Black Bulls without Asta. They're just not. It is what it is. At number 6, I have a character who I'm not even sure can be counted as a main character. That is Yuma Kuga. Now, the reason why I have Kuga up so high is because what he's doing in World Trigger, it really kind of resonates with me. You know, he's fighting neighbors on an alien planet with his father, and you know, he's a kid at this point, so he has to do kid stuff, and sometimes kids do stupid things, so he ends up sacrificing his life, and his dad has to sacrifice his life in order to create a black trigger that would allow Yuma to survive. And the reason why I love this arc with him so much is because Yuma goes from trying to find a way to restore his body to not even caring as much, as long as it means that Mikumo, I'm sorry if I'm saying that right, and Chika are able to finish their mission. And I apologize if I'm going on a rant here, because you have to watch World Trigger to understand what I'm saying, but yeah, I just love Yuma's character. I love the way he fights. I love how intelligent he is. And I also love how he's not insanely busted. Like in World Trigger, there are some fights where Yuma isn't the strongest character. In his fight against Visa, Yuma was damn sure not the strongest person there, but he still won because of how intelligent he was. If you haven't watched World Trigger, you won't understand it, but this dude Yuma Kuga is one of the smartest characters I've seen in anime. Without tactical he is, without planning he is. It's just, he's a damn good character. If you haven't watched World Trigger, you're missing out. Yuma's a great character. Number 5, I have Goku from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. And how could I not put Goku here? Goku is an anime character, probably the first anime character that I really grew up with. Goku was my childhood. The old Dragon Ball games, the good ones and the bad ones. I don't even know where to start with Goku, to be honest. How could you not have Goku on your top 10 list? Goku was my entire childhood. Yes, even Dragon Ball GT, though that wasn't the greatest. I grew up with every single form of Goku. Seeing him reinforce Gohan and put Cell down, even though he did do that stupid stuff, feeding him the senzu bean. I don't gotta say too much about Goku. How could I not have him in my top 10? It's Goku. He is the grandfather, or at least the father of the big 3. That's Goku. Going from him battling Frieza on Namek to seeing him battle literal gods in the Tournament of Power, or at least godlike beings, yeah, that's Goku, man. That's all I gotta say. At number 4, I have Makunoichi Ippo from Hajimeno Ippo. And this is another one where I just say to myself, how can you not have Ippo in your top 5? Now, I'll admit, I did watch Hajimeno Ippo a little bit late, maybe like a year ago, 2 years ago. And what I will say is, I got to see Ippo's journey, just like every other character on this list. Asta, Yusuke, Yuji, Kuga, Goku. I got to watch his journey, just like all of theirs. But I got to see Ippo every single step of the way. Going from him getting bullied, to him trying to become a boxer, him doing his first road work trainings, to him, I don't know, punching bag for the first time. Every single step of every single day, we got to see in Hajimeno Ippo. He didn't master a new move in one day. We saw episodes and episodes of him researching, studying, watching on VHS tapes. We saw every little detail, and that's why I love Ippo so much as a main character. Every time he wanted to do something, he put his mind to it, and he didn't just time skip to do it. He got there by himself. He trained. Ippo to me is like a realistic anime depiction of what hard work looks like in anime, because he really put his mind to everything he wanted to do, and he did it. I think Ippo is a great main character, and I don't see how you could not have him on your list if you watch Hajimeno Ippo. I mean, I just think he's a great character. At number 3, I have Simone from Gurenge Lagann. And this is definitely a top 3 character right here. So at first, I won't lie to you guys, I didn't like Simone. or I don't know, I say Simone. I want to say Simone because that's how I say it in the anime. Yeah, at first I didn't like him. I thought he was a whiny crybaby, and then I looked back on the show, we watched it a few times, and I realized I actually respect this character a lot. I respect Simone a lot because what he did was not easy. His brother Amina died right in front of him after piloting a Gundam for the last time. He died in front of him. Imagine seeing your brother die in front of him. And of course, he was depressed for a bit. As soon as the time skip comes, whatever I forgot what they're called, but the alien, the people come back, they want Nina back, and what does he do? He puts on his cape, takes up the mantle that Kamina was feeling prior to his death, and he just does it like a badass. Like, I don't know how to say it. Simone was amazing. His character arc with him losing his brother, I really feel like was needed. Honestly, Simone believing in me that believes in you, from Kamina to Simone, him picking up the torch and passing it along to the next generation at the end of the show. I can't think of many characters that had better arcs than Simone. I mean, Gurren Lagann itself has so many iconic quotes. The drill that pierces the heavens, believe in me that believes in you. It's just such a great anime. And Simone, I thought Kamina was the main character at first, and then I realized no, it's Simone. Simone is the main character, Simone the Digger. So number 3 I think is a great spot for him, similar to Ippo. Seeing him start from a little boy who was really just getting picked on and I don't want to say bullied, but just scared to really do much of anything. This grown man who's taking on the mantle of Amina, fighting gigantic space aliens and not giving up, having the willpower to keep on doing this. I love Simone. He's definitely one of my favorite anime characters, anime protagonists, top 3 for sure. Number 2, I have Naruto Uzumaki, and this is another character that I just grew up on, really. Now, Naruto for me is a special case because this is a character that I felt so bad for when I was little. I felt so bad for Naruto. I mean, seeing him alone, getting called all sorts of names, ill beast, you monster, you demon fox, and him not knowing why, getting treated like literal dirt by the 4th, or was it the 3rd Hokage that was supposed to be his father figure after Minato passed away? Or was it 5th? I don't remember, but that really got me in the feels. I will not lie to you. That really got me. Naruto used to hit me hard, but seeing his journey from the Brad who used to just paint on faces of the Kage in order to get attention that he wasn't getting at home, to the Hokage, Naruto was just such a journey for me as a character. I mean, how can you not respect him? Naruto and Luffy are the only characters who can say, I want to become the Pirate King, I want to become the Hokage, over and over again, and I will not get tired of it because I know it's gonna happen. They will do it. Naruto kept on saying it, believe it, I will become the Hokage, over and over again, and it never got boring to me. I never got tired of hearing him saying that. Naruto, seeing him master the ability to control the Nine-Tailed Fox chakra with Jiraiya, learning the Sage mode, the Rasengan, learning the chakra natures with Kakashi, figuring out how to apply wind chakra, or was it? Yeah, it was wind chakra to the Rasengan to make the Rasen Shuriken, mastering the Nine-Tailed chakra, becoming a 6-pass user from Hagoromo. I mean, how can you not just like Naruto's journey? Now, of course, there were some moments where, you know, plot armor kicked in, but that's every anime. But yeah, Naruto, number 2. How could I not put him there? Number 1, I have Monkey D. Luffy. How could I not put my boy? I put some respect on his name. Let's start. Where do I even start with Luffy as my favorite protagonist? The thing that I think I can start with actually is Luffy's ability, or his kind of, I don't know, what do I name this? The way in which Luffy draws in the people around him. I think that's what I should call it. Luffy has a tendency to become friends with anybody and everybody. If you look at Wano right now, Kid is trying to kill this dude Luffy, and he just draws him in. They're chilling and they're eating around a table. I mean, I love how Luffy cares so much about his friends. I love how he cares so much about his family. That's one thing that I haven't seen in that many characters. Luffy has 3 brothers, which I think, oh my god, Luffy's family is made so well. Garp, Dragon, Sabo, Ace, and now we have Uta. Probably not canon, but yeah, Luffy's family I think has done so well. I love that aspect about him. I love how he has all of these family members who are each looking to stick their necks out for him. You have Ace, Sabo getting the fruit passed on from Ace, the Mara no Mi, then him going to Dressrosa and pretty much saving Luffy from dying to the hands of Burgess. Luffy's a great main character. The way in which people rally behind him, even if you look at Wano right now, everybody is saying the Straw Hat Man. The Straw Hat Man. That's what they know him as. They're basically worshiping him as a hero. I want to explain why Luffy's my favorite main character, but it's so difficult to put that into words. I just love his personality. I love how he's always chill about it. Like, him in the latest episode of One Piece, sleeping in front of 2 Yonko? Ridiculous. Who's sleeping in front of Big Mom and Kaido? Luffy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I don't want to go on a rant for too long. Oh my god, dude. Luffy's my favorite main character. Hopefully you guys can respect this list. I know there were some characters who, actually no, there were no characters who anything. I think this was a great list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one later. By the way, next video won't take an entire week and 2 days. I'm sorry about that, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one later.
Giving out hands like I'm Blue. Luffy, I hit them hard, make them switch animations, they change from the show to the movies, Feel like the Hurricane, who wanna fight with me? I take them out with this two-piece, Outside they cabin when they say they want me, they gon'